Crash, bam, alakazam, out of an orange-colored sky. Hey, y'all, come on in. You're here on a great day.
We've got an orangey soap for you today from Stirling Soap Company.
It's a beautiful morning with the Barbershop Duet.
Hi, I'm Marcus Klinger with Klinger Vocal Studio.
And I'm Sarah Vincent with Sarah Vincent Virtual Pilates.
But on Wednesdays and Saturdays,
we are the Barbershop Duet.
Hey, y'all, come on in. Thank you for finding our little barbershop. If you happen to be here during one of the live premieres on YouTube, why, come on in the live chat. Meet the Whiff Pack. Cool group of friends hanging out from all over the world. They'd love to meet you too.
They would. And for our mention today, we would like to talk about some of our razors.
Y'all, since this soap is a bit on the simple side, wait till you hear the sales page, we thought we might take this opportunity to walk you through some of the DE razors that are in our regular rotation, starting with the OG, the Henson Mild, the razor that started this show. And y'all, look at my face. This is probably the razor I still go back to the most. Now, we did get the medium aggression razor from Gareth at the Shave Supply, but I don't even use it as much as I do the Henson Mild. I love this thing. Look, it's still in pristine condition. And I know you go back to this too, because sometimes I go to grab it and you've already got it sitting out next to the tub.
It's true. Sometimes I'll claim it first. But I will reach for the medium a little bit more if I know I have a few more days growth of hair on my legs or something. Sometimes if I just want to be a quick, clean shave, I'll go with that one. If I want a trusty, I don't want to say no-brainer, but if I don't want to think too hard, this is the one I go to.
Right. And right after we started our show, Matt Fox, Foxy Matt, sent us the Metaphor razor from Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements. Y'all, this is a singer, and I can really feel the blade probably better than any of our other razors. You don't use this one too often, do you?
It's more aggressive for me, and again, I have to focus a little bit because it has a round head, but I do like, if you can see, there's a big space here between the blade. So instead of having the soap kind of get clunked up and you have to wash it off every time, this one that just goes kind of right through and you can keep on sailing. And the knurling on here really makes it feel like you're not going to drop it, so the weight of the head actually kind of finds where it needs to be. So it's fun to use. And this one at the bottom, you can even change the color if you want.
Right, the flare tips come off. You can get different colors from Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements. And then this is our timeless razor. This was a gift from DJ at the very beginning of our show. It's beautiful, heavy in my hand. I like that the knurling is rather subtle, so I'm definitely not going to drop it, but it's not digging into my fingers. And I get a rather aggressive shave from this, although for DJ it was more on the mild side.
You know, I haven't used this one as much, but I should be braver and try it. I think when we first got it, I was on blood thinners, so I wasn't feeling that brave, but I need to dust that one off and give it a try.
And this is my Coppercont razor from Owlsworth. It was our first Owlsworth razor, and it's a very shallow sort of angle. Now, let's have a grown-up conversation. I think everybody has their own Grail razor because everybody's hair grows out of their face at a slightly different pitch and angle. And you're going to have to find that one razor that matches that pitch and angle perfectly. For some reason, I always cut myself with this one, and I'm really not sure why, because it's kind of a milder razor. I do love this one, though.
It has a different angle for me, but I do like it because it has that like kind of little safety bar there that really makes sure you're at the angle. But I agree, if you have any subtle pivot at all, it will catch you. So you just have to be very observant as you're shaving.
And this is our first Carve razor, y'all. This is the Overlander in stainless steel, and look at that. This is the Wagner handle. Their handle designs are amazing over at Carve, and funny enough, the pattern on this matches exactly the pattern on my dad's wedding ring. So it always makes me think of him. I love this, and I get a very smooth, clean, comfortable shave with this bad boy. You go to this one a lot too.
I actually do. I don't know if it's the weight of it or it's the longer handle, but if I'm looking at a Rolodex of razors, I do reach for this one way more than I originally thought I would. It's one that I can be a little bit braver with.
I didn't really mean to go chronological here with our favorite razors, but there you go. This was my first titanium razor. I won this on the Shave Migos show, and this is from Steve Tinter at Alpha Razor. Isn't that beautiful? I had my choice of two different handles, and I want you all to hear something. Listen to the titanium as it goes into the stand. That ting, double the strength of steel is what it feels like to me in my hand, but almost the weight of aluminum. I totally get the appeal of titanium razors. This one's a little aggressive for me, but I love using it on nights when I want to feel a little bit of adventure and really dive into this hobby and try to get better at my technique. I will use this.
Maybe we'll make this a goal for the next year, that I should try this one. I'll start making a list of the ones that I really haven't spent as much time with so I can get back to y'all.
And who could forget this bad boy? This is probably my most aggressive razor that's in my regular rotation, but I absolutely love it. And the last few times I shaved with it, I didn't get any weepers. This was a gift from Barry Bedford at a Texan Shaves. This is the Alpha Shaving Works Texas Shaves razor, and I absolutely love it. Do you ever use this one?
I think I've used it once. So again, we're putting it on the list, y'all.
I think Steve also had something to do with getting this to us as a fabulous gift. Thank you, buddy, for that too. This is my most recent edition. This is from the Goodfellas Smile, and this is the Game Changer razor. The thing that's cool about Goodfellas is they do homages to classic razors. So the architecture on this, I think, homages the Merkur 34C, also known as the Heavy Duty, but put in the comments, I might be wrong. I'm loving this, even though I've only had a chance to shave with it, half a dozen times so far.
Yeah, I've only used it once. I got to use it a little bit more. But again, the knurling on here is very serious. So if you're somebody that's worried about dropping razors, this is one that will not be slipping out of your hands.
And this is my rock. This will be familiar to a lot of our viewers here at the Barbershop Duet. It feels like a rock in my hand. This is the Rockwell 6S razor. The cool thing about this, it comes with 3 reversible plates. So you're basically getting 6 razors in one. I use the 4 plate. On the other side is the 2 plate, which is what she prefers. This is an amazing razor. It gives me a variety of different angles that I can shave with. It definitely does not pigeonhole you into one angle or another. And I get the most clean, smooth, comfortable shave with this bad boy. I think it's the only one where the tabs stick out on the sides.
I was going to mention that. That's the only thing when you're putting it together, you don't want to actually hold when you're twisting it.
Right.
It's better to hold from the top or the other side. So just be mindful if you're not used to that with your razors.
All right, y'all. And these last few are the ones I use the most often. This one might still be wet from last night. This is the Ollie-Works Meteorite razor, and I got the stand for it, which I love. It comes with 3 different plates. I use the middle one, and look how beautiful a presentation this razor is created in. Look at that knurling. It's CNC machined, and I love this one, and I love it so much that I got Sarah her own in her own color. Look at that.
And mine has a little bit taller of a handle, so if you see them next to each other, this is the difference if you want to be able to see.
Right. I do have the taller handle for mine too, but it came in a slightly different shade of blue, which, little look behind the curtain, drives me nuts. So I just go and use the shorter handle because it matches the razor head for me. And then I mentioned this bad boy not long ago. This is my Yates winning razor, now produced by Matt Pisarcik at the Razor Emporium. Y'all, look at my face. This has a very specific architecture, very much like the Henson, but according to Mr. Pisarcik, this actually came first, so it kind of guides you to that perfect 30-degree angle. And the only reason I would not reach for this 3 or 4 times a week is because it gives me too good a shave. Too clean, too close, that I don't have anything to shave off the next day. And y'all, it feels really scrapey to me, but when I throw my alcohol on at the end of my shave, 91% isopropyl, I know, put it in the comments, it feels like spring water. There is 0 irritation to me for this razor. You even grab this thing.
I do. Again, the angle is steep, so you have to be on that angle or it feels like it starts to chug a little bit, so really make sure that you're on the angle. But once you're there, you got a smooth ride.
And speaking of Razor Emporium, this was the surprise and delight of last year for me. This is the Page razor, a brand new creation from the Razor Emporium. And much like the winning razor, this one gives me an incredible BBS shave every time I use it. I can't use it more often or I wouldn't be able to shave every day.
To me, this one's another singer. I do really hear this one as I'm shaving. Not all of them. The Metaphor does, one other one too. But this one, I can like have an audible reaction as I'm hearing it shave. You can just kind of hear it zinging across the middle as it's going.
And much like the winning, 0 irritation. Who knows? Something about the angle. This one feels super safe to shave with. The winning is a little bit adventurous, but this one is not. And when we got married, we offered my godson, as the best man, any razor in our collection that we would buy him to say thank you for all the work he was doing for our little ceremony. And this is the one he chose, and he is still happy with that decision. And I forgot to mention this one. This is the Ollie-Works Meteorite in stainless steel. Heavier. I do like it when I need a little bit more weight on my face. It holds the plates in a slightly different way in the stainless steel stand, and I do enjoy this one too.
You know, I need to use this one a little bit more because it's a familiar shape, but the weight is different. And sometimes I really do like how the weight guides where the angle goes.
Yeah. Like Mark Zaretti says, let the razor do the work, gentlemen. Just put it against your face and let the weight of that stainless steel be what drags it down. Now, down to the home stretch. These are the razors that I do reach for most often along with my Henson. Not a week goes by that I don't use the Bison aluminum razor from Carve, and I waited until this colorway came out. This is the Glacial colorway. Is that not beautiful? Angelo likes to play his like a flute. Something about the lightness of the aluminum just lets me get any angle that I want and gives me such a beautiful, clean, comfortable shape. And Spot Prince sent us this little octopus that it sits in. Love that.
I always forget how light this one is. Every time I go to pick it up, I'm like, oh, right, this is the lightest one I think we have in our collection. But it just kind of becomes part of your hand as you're shaving. Somehow, because there is not much weight to it, it just uses your arm as part of it.
Do you ever pick up an empty suitcase that you think is full and for a second you feel really strong?
This is.
And y'all, here it is, my absolute champion, the Apex Razor by Ellsworth. This has the purple plate on it. Anything purple lights my fire, but it does come in a variety of colors, so sometimes it's a blue one. Y'all, there is something about this one that just knows the angle of the hair on my face and just plows it down any way I want to use this one. It's clean, slick, comfortable, and I love shaving with this one. It's at least twice a week.
We actually enjoyed this one so much when it came out in rose gold. We got it for my sister to have as her go-to razor.
This is the stainless steel version, and look at that handle. Isn't it a beaut?
It feels like the heads have slightly different angles for me, so this is a much more aggressive shave than this one is when I go to use them.
I don't know why I go to aluminum more than stainless steel, but I do. Something about feeling it floating in the air somehow makes it more clean and comfortable for me.
Maybe just because that's what we started with. I haven't figured it out, but I think you're right. I kind of lean that way too.
Now, this is by no means our entire collection. We probably have a dozen more, but these are the ones that we use regularly, and these are the ones that we ended up loving the most. Thank you to everybody that helped contribute to our collection, because we do cherish them. And hey, what is our soap today?
We have Sweet Orange, one of the new minis, y'all. Let's meet it.
All right, y'all. So every Black Friday, Stirling Soap does a little reconnaissance and puts out 7 or 8 smaller size soaps and splashes to see which ones the community might want to come back in a full size in the year to come. But we're guessing that this might be a little bit of a shorter episode today, because here is your sales page from stirlingsoap.com.
For years, we've had customers asking us to do a version of our orange chill scent without the menthol. Well, here you go. It's scented with nothing but pure orange essential oil. Smells like orange. Not sure what else to say? If you have further questions about what this might smell like, go to the produce section of your local grocery store and buy an orange.
I thought I was going to say, if you have any more questions about what this might smell like, go and the horse you rode in on.
So we don't have orange chill. We've always wondered about it, but I'm kind of actually glad we get to start with sweet orange and then build into something a little more fun.
That's right. We do have our chill mill on hand today, so we can maybe get a sense of what orange chill does smell like by adding some of this to the lather. All right, y'all, well, come along. Let's open the box. This is our makeup box so that we can play cleanup from the few that we did not get last Black Friday. We have not done Northumbria yet. That's an homage to a fabulous Joe Malone scent that we do kind of know. We couldn't resist picking up Black Cherry so we could get past the free shipping threshold, but we're excited about that one. Episode to come. But here's what you came to see today, y'all. This is Sweet Orange. Let's see if we can find a splash.
All right.
There it is.
Ooh, sweet orange. Ooh. Little slices for our image on the bottom.
There you go. All right, y'all. Well, come along with us. It's time for what we're promised to be a very orangey first impression. All right, y'all, so this is just pure orange essential oil, which Melody at Moon Soaps says ate right through her dining room table once. It's kind of strong stuff. We do know that not everything offers an essential oil. In fact, very few things do offer a viable essential oil, so I'm kind of excited to have a rather natural first impression with this. Do you want to do this a little different and do it old school style, and we'll both take it in at the same time? All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Oh, that's orangey.
It's orangey.
Well, you know what's interesting for me? Hold on. Wait. Okay. You know how when you peel an orange, there's kind of that weird sort of stringy layer between the peel and the orange itself? I can kind of get a sense of that in here because it's not as sweet as the meaty orange itself. It's a little bit more of a dry, kind of almost hay-like kind of scent between the peel and the orange. I ain't even getting that in here.
So I think I've mentioned this before on the show, but I don't know what my grandma did to her orange tree to make it be so sweet and wonderful. I have tried to buy oranges when I lived in Southern California, anywhere that I could find that get that sweet orange vibe. Nothing has come close. But I have to say, the sweet in front of the orange here does really smell a little closer to her orange tree. And if you cut through her oranges, there's something about it being off the tree, sitting in the sun, that the peel itself has a different kind of scent or whiff to it that adds to the sweetness. So it kind of takes away from where it can get too bitter or too sour. That part's gone. And the sweetness kind of just goes right into the orange juiciness itself.
I'm kind of glad you said that because outside of my grandfather's ranch house, there was like this 80-year-old orange tree that made the biggest, fattest, most beautiful oranges all summer long. And the funny thing about it, they kind of got really hot in the Stockton sun. And there is a different sense to opening a hot orange than there is a cold one. And I could see why they'd want to do the non-menthol version of this because this is almost that hot orange from my grandfather's tree. Super natural. And there were things about that ranch that were supernatural.
It doesn't take away from the scent, but there is just something about the peel being warmed.
Right.
Like it's almost like the oils of the peel somehow have more vibrancy.
Yeah, it almost lets you smell it in a deeper way
Yeah.
because it's been heated up.
Like as soon as you open my grandma's front door, I almost smell it. And then I remember, oh yeah, the tree's right there. So
Right.
there is something about the whiff that comes through.
And this is not at the intensity that's going to eat through Melody's kitchen
No.
table. That
You
was
should be
pure essential orange oil. This is at a nice, lovely mid-level intensity. It's not even like jumping out at my nose and crawling up it. I'd say like a 2.5.
Right? I would agree. I think we're kind of spoiled living in California. We get citrus almost all year round. A lot of people don't. So I think having a soap with just this, there's some part of your soul that really might appreciate this in winter or wherever you can't get the citruses you want. This will be your new friend.
And my grandfather, every Christmas, would go out and grab some of these oranges, yes, even in December, and put them in our Christmas stockings with a little happy face made out of cloves. And we'd be like, oh, thanks, an orange from outside. But what it really was, I found out later in my teenage years, was a callback to him growing up in Tuttle, Oklahoma, not far from Philip Sharp, who might even be in the chat today, because they never got citrus. It was a Christmas tradition that you would get an orange shipped in from Florida or California as a very special treat every December. And that was his little way of showing us his little tradition that he remembered growing up. He was super poor, dirt farmer coming out Route 66, John Steinbeck kind of stuff. And one Christmas, they didn't have enough money for presents. So his father, my great-grandfather, went out back of the house, fired his shotgun, and told his 4 boys that they had shot Santa Claus.
Holy crap.
And there would be no Christmas. He didn't tell us how old he was when this happened. I'm kind of hoping they were teenagers and kind of got a laugh out of it. But knowing that side of the family, he might have been like 5 or 6.
His dad straight up shot Santa.
Well, he kind of came in and said they shot Santa. I think he was trying to deflect the blame.
I see.
As if somebody had like rounded up a posse or something, maybe the Easter Bunny. But y'all come along with us. We're going to go back to the sales page and take another look at my favorite list of scent notes in the history of Stirling soap. All right, y'all, back to the sales page at stirlingsoap.com. Smells like orange. Not sure what else to say. If you have further questions about what this might smell like, you can go down to the produce section of your local grocery store and buy an orange. It's poetry. It's poetry.
I guess it's kind of nice to have something easier to explain. Sometimes I feel like we're trying to like paint you a story of what something smells like, but this is just an honest to goodness orange.
What else do you need? It is funny, like when we get asked what Barbasol or Cad smell like, y'all, you're going to get a TED Talk out of us, but every once in a while we'll have like a pure lime from Stirling or a pure spearmint, and somebody's like, what's it smell like? And I'm like, but I still don't know what Barbershop smells like, other than like magic and glory and the promised land.
You find words.
So if I had a real orange sitting here in my hand and I had that soap and your nose was going back and forth, would there be a distinction for you?
Slightly. Only because I can tell that this is more the essential oil itself. That's the only difference. You know it came from a real orange.
Right.
It is not fake candied orange. It's not the Smackers orange. It's not like the you know, like this candle-y kind of version.
Julius.
It's not trying to be anything it's not. It really is just trying to be a sweet orange. I think even you imagine it when you know it's orange, it kind of fills in the blanks. But there is something about the essential oil here. It's a great intensity. And I feel like it has just the right amount of sweet but bitter, like realness at the same time.
Want me to ruin your childhood? Orange Julius used egg whites. That's what made it all frothy on top. Ah. And this is our orange brush and bowl set from Ollyworks. Their CNC machine. This one's called the Crater, right? And we know at first a couple of our friends came with the knot that wasn't seated real solidly in there, but ours was. It's a beautiful brush. This bowl is a little small for making my everyday lathers. I have to do a little bit more work to coax the lather out of it, and you got to give it an extra minute or two, but it's a beautiful, handsome piece of hardware. And it's yours. Why am I doing all the handling here? I'm just going to scoop out some of this soap and put it there in the ridges of your crater.
Oh, it's already getting a little more vibrant over here.
I'm getting that.
Woo-hoo-hoo!
I'm going to have to upgrade my intensity level to at least a 3 now. All right, let's hit it with a little Stockton rainwater from the farm. It does kind of have a farm sense for me.
It makes me feel like I'm outdoors. Like there's something about it that is real.
Right.
Trying to go to the soapy side of the bowl here. One direction, other direction. Getting into those little grooves it's got going on.
Ironically, that was the grandfather who worshipped Nat King Cole, and specifically his recording of Orange Colored Sky. So there you go.
There you go.
And you know, before I do sort of put this in the more simpler of categories, the thing about essential oils is they might have hundreds of different actual aroma chemicals inside of them. They are nature's accords, y'all. And this is a very complex scent, even though our brains only really perceive it from one source. There's a lot going on in here. You're having better luck with that bowl than I usually do. Look at that lather already forming.
It really is. It's working up pretty
And
nicely.
that was fast. Usually I got to go 2 or 3 minutes to get that lather.
That's why I'm the lather queen.
She is. Let's be honest.
Although I still haven't figured out how, but somehow you can see the soap here. Go in one direction, go in the other direction. There's something about if you push down, it just like lifts it off the bowl. So
Right.
you just don't want to push too hard, and then it stays inside the creases. I think I figured out. There's a lot of weight in the handle of the brush, so it kind of just does it for you.
Very well done, sweetheart. This does look like the top of an Orange Julius.
Hey.
And this is something you will only find here in the Barbershop Duet. This is the Orange Colored Sky. Whip on 3, 1, 2. Oh, that has a charm to it. That's a hot orange, to be sure. You smell now. Hold on, let me get this again.
I'm actually glad we smelled this before Orange Chill, because I really feel like somehow there's like that warm nuance of the sweet side coming out.
I almost get a sense of an orange leaf.
I
in this
get
one.
that.
Something a tiny bit green maybe in there, but this is that hot orange juice and the Stockton sun running down your arm.
It is interesting how we do have soaps that have it, or a lot of times it'll be orange with cinnamon, or like something's happened to it. It's not just in its
Right.
pure form. So it is nice to get to know it on its own.
Right. And y'all, we do love watching our Damon Bond Rabbit Shaves channel, but we don't do shaving here in the Barbershop Duet. We thought you might like to see what this lather looks like when it coats and covers. This brush feels great with the Stirling lather. You want to feel that? This does take me outside on the farm. I gotta tell you, it's beautiful.
I oddly don't feel like I have a cup of orange juice in front of me. It really somehow makes me think of like standing under an orange tree or the real orange itself. I like how it is more concentrated than some of our other oranges ones. Like it just has like kind of like a fine-tuned magnifying glass on the... Oh, he's going for it.
Now, yo, this is the Chill Mill from Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements. It grinds up menthol crystals and it puts them into your soap. You can adjust the size of the crystals here on top. Fabulous invention by Douglas and Fran over at PAA. And it turns any of your soaps a little chilly. Now, to get a sense of what Orange Chill from Stirling soap might smell like, I'm just going to stir some of these crystals into our normal
There
lather
are
here.
drops that Stirling has. They have their own drops or the glacier. Like you can actually do their drops into their soaps.
Right. All right, and this is something you will only find here in the Barbershop Duet. This is is there a chill in the air here in San Joaquin County? Whip on 3, 1, 2.
Oh, yes, there is.
Oh, that's a nice minty addition to the orange. I like that.
So this is the complete opposite to having you just brushed your teeth and have a sip of orange juice. This somehow works perfectly. That, not so much.
Right. Oh, I can see why Orange Chill is a perennial over at Stirling Soap. That is a lovely combination of
Yeah,
scents.
it's almost like just an iced chili cup,
Right,
you know, of
right.
orange juice instead of it being that anything happened to the orange
this
juice.
is not the hot orange in the sun.
No.
Oh, I'm getting a chill over here. This is like the equator going down my face, and I got the top half here where it's cold and the bottom half here where it's summer. It's funny, I have some singing clients that I teach virtually in Australia, and every time we log on, I complain about how hot it's getting, and they complain about how cold it's getting. That's what my face feels like right now. All right, y'all, well, come along with us. I'm going to see if there's anything left we can squeeze out of this orange while we take this down a little bit deeper. All right, here we go. A little shake, a little pour.
Comes out fast.
Who could ask for anything more? All right, and...
Ooh, do you smell it, Lainey?
A 1, 2. Oh, that's nice. I am getting a little burst of that, like, zest when you dig your thumbnail into an orange peel. This is lovely,
super refreshing.
Y'all. 100%.
It just makes you want to smile. I feel like you have a great day after smelling this. I'm just saying.
And I bring you glad tidings of great joy. There is very little pulp in this orange, so you're not going to be spitting out little bits. You don't like pulp in your orange juice, do you? Am I weird about that?
Oh, she likes it. She's trying to lick my arm off.
I can imagine.
There is something real about this orange, y'all, I have to say.
This is not your Flintstone vitamins,
No.
Wilma. I'll tell you that. So it's pretty simple, y'all. If you really want to know what this smells like, get in the car, go down to your A&P, your Piggly Wiggly, your Albertsons, your Bodega, and reach into that big old pile of oranges they got in the produce section. Pull one out, put it up to your nose, smell it, and get your own. Head over to stirlingsoap.com where you can find this and a wide range of other products. Well, I've had my shave, y'all, with sweet orange, and I know, it smells like orange, but there's just something fresher about it. There's a zing to it when you do have it on your face. I guess we're so used to like orange scented things in this world that when you do get something this real, it really is a beguiling accord from Mother Nature herself. And in one of the best bases in the wet shaving world, this has no business being as cheap as it is because I always get a fabulous, comfortable, cushioned shave from my Stirling lathers. Thank you, Rod and Mandy. We have a couple more minis waiting in the box. Welcome to Messages.
So for our August giveaway, we wanted to give you a chance to get $25 to Adopt an Acre.
That's right, y'all. And all you have to do to be eligible is send us an email here to WeSentYou at thebarbershopduet.com so we can get back to you. It's the only way we communicate about our giveaways, and then check back here on our first September episode to see if you are our lucky winner.
Best of luck. There is just something homey or overall cozy about this. I'm not sure if it's because we're California kids, but there's just something that makes me feel content.
I just had a thought. When we open Black Cherry, I'm going to mix Black Cherry from Stirling, lime from Stirling, and sweet orange from Stirling, and make my own essential oils Fruit Loop scent, and we'll see how that goes. Oh, I'm excited.
Maybe it's the Stirling fruit stand, because it's like all the fruits.
We will be doing that on the Black Cherry episode, to be sure, so stay tuned, y'all. And thank you all so much for being here for this little episode, and for all the times that you happen to visit here in our barbershop. Your chair is always welcome, and we are always grateful to see you.
We really are. Don't forget your next appointment, the Barbershop Duet.
You'll smell more orangey just watching this.